Hey Grizzly Nation, this is Eric Hofer-Holdeman, your principal at Northwest High School. Did you know Grizzly Pride is the combined booster club and PTO here at Northwest? They support both athletics and academics. We're asking you to join Grizzly Pride this year. Due to these extraordinary times, Grizzly Pride doesn't have the same fundraising opportunities they normally have, and we need you to join and offer your donation to help Grizzly Pride out. Go to our Northwest webpage, join today. Go Grizzlies.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome. It's Friday night basketball. We're here at home taking on the East High Blue Aces in the first City League contests against that school for the year, and the varsity girls will be tipping it off here at the top of the hour. And we're joined, as we are before each and every varsity contest, by our head coach, Christina Commons. And Coach, first of all, got to look back on Tuesday and, pardon me, what a really exciting game that was. I have never called an overtime girls game at Northwest, and what a comeback.
You know, I've never even participated with one, so it's nice to see that my girls didn't let down. We could have at any moment throughout that game just completely said, nope, we're just done. We could have handed in the towel early, but we didn't. And that is what I've asked. That is what we've all coaches ask. But when you actually see it happen, then the girls start believing, and then they're like, yes, we've got this, and it changes a mental mind.
Down 12 points in the fourth quarter, rallying back to tie it just before the buzzer, and when that tying shot went in off the hand, I believe it was McKaylee Nave that scored it. When that went in and the bench, your whole bench just exploded onto the court, I said, this team is bounded.
And what's interesting is the play we drew up and everything, it fell apart, but the girls didn't. It was this is what we need. If we don't get this, then this is what happened. Neither of those things happened. But what was nice is we found open players. We got then the offensive rebounds. We got putbacks and being strong and physical, which is what I was asking the entire game. So, but more importantly, like you were saying, that moment shot, there were several moment shots in that fourth quarter that came from unexpected players, and it was phenomenal for them.
Unfortunately, we did drop the game in overtime, but being down four of your starting players all out because of being disqualified on fouls made it awfully tough. Gave your bench a chance to really shine, though, and they did. When they tied it up, they just couldn't quite finish it off in the overtime.
Yeah, and when the players that do foul out, it's my post players, then that takes away our bigs. That takes away that rebound chance. So we really had to really give each other everything we had in there to make ourselves as big as we are, making sure we can still rebound even though we don't have that presence down low. But more importantly, the fact, even though the girls saw, okay, we lost one, we lost another, they didn't give up. They said, you know what, we're going to step up. My bench, even those who weren't in, I asked and begged them even, keep playing, keep getting into this. Do not let down, even though you can't physically go in. And that bench support was there. And I think that's what helped what was on the court.
And that kind of support, quite honestly, is going to carry over, not only in practices between now and between then and our game against East. That's going to carry over into the East game and beyond, because in the back of their heads, hey, I've got a bunch of girls sitting there on seats helping me out.
And it's, even though the bench players aren't in, it doesn't matter if you get in or not. It's that support you have from your teammates. The fact that we can believe and trust, it doesn't matter what five I have in, we can make things happen. But more importantly is now the girls have in the back of their minds, even whatever five we do have in, whatever the point spread is, we can still come back. We can do anything that we want at this point.
And we'll find out what happens here at top of the hour. Tell us what you know about the Blue Aces for this year.
I actually haven't looked into them too much. I feel like they are going to be a very similar team as us. How we play against them, who knows? What I wanted with Southeast, we tried. And do I feel like it worked as well? No. Could I take it back? You know what? We have a second chance against them. So, yeah, I'm going to take it back, and we're going to change things up.
Yeah. All righty. How's the injury situation for tonight?
Well, we've got, Carly at the end of the game kind of went down with some muscle pain in her leg. But I think with a couple days off, not having to have the game, I think she'll be ready by Friday. And then also we've got one that's been kind of struggling with some shoulder pain, but she's taking care of business, and she'll be back on that court.
Okay. Well, we'll look forward to let's going out and getting a W here at home against East High here tonight. And very unusual situation in regular season. We have 2 games in 18 hours. We're not going to get a chance to visit with you before the game tomorrow, Saturday. So, I guess what I'm going to ask you is, can you tell us what you know about Dodge City?
From what I'm looking at, Dodge City and both East, I think we are very competitive in where we're both standing. I think we both offer very similar tactics and skills, but are they teams that we can take? Oh, yeah, we're ready to take them. We're getting 2 W's here.
Okay, wow, well, that's what I want to hear, 2 W's, absolutely. Well, we wish you the best of luck tonight and tomorrow. Looking forward to doing both games and seeing the girls on the court both days.
Yes, thank you very much.
Head coach Christina Commons on our pregame show. Stay tuned. We'll be back with the play-by-play and the starting lineups of tonight's varsity girls game after the 60-second timeout, and Elizabeth Dibben will join me as well. You're watching NWHS Grizz, and this is Grizzly basketball.
Hey man, you got out for football?
Band class still needs you, man.
Kansas students have choices to do or not to do. The Kansas State High School Activities Association urges everyone to participate because when activities stop,
And welcome back to Northwest High, ladies and gentlemen. They're just beginning the introduction of the starting lineups. We will do the same right now for the East High Blue Aces. Number 2 is a junior, Ryan Chandler. Number 11, junior Davis. Number 15, sophomore, Anaya Davis. Number 22, sophomore, Mary Smith. Number 33, freshman, Ashlyn Reed. Head coach of East High is Ryan Chandler. He's assisted by Will Davis and Will Perkins. Now the starting lineups for your Wichita Northwest Grizzlies. Starting, number 2, a 5'1" guard, Aubrey Lohman. Number 21, a 5'2" junior guard, Aaliyah Richard. 24, a 5'9" senior forward, Sasha Reed. Number 30, 5'5" sophomore guard, Aubrey Navarrete. And number 33, a 5'9" junior forward, Kylene Hall. Grizzlies are coached by Christina Commons, and she's assisted by Taylor Darr. Welcome aboard, ladies and gentlemen, wherever you are on planet Earth. My name is Kevin Rickett. I'm glad to be with you this evening for tonight's Greater Wichita Athletic League doubleheader. I'm also pleased to introduce our executive producer tonight, Gabriel Contreras, who will be manning the cameras and giving you all sights of tonight's basketball contest. Getting ready for the opening tip, it'll be Hallman for Northwest, and in the tip for East, it'll be Honoree Smith, number 22. Referees set to go. Northwest in their whites, East High in their road blues, and we're underway. East High wins the opening tip, and knocks ball down actually Lee Richard that, and it will be a restart for the Blue Aces. Blue Aces inbound, and we're back underway. On the far side, it's Chandler with it. Now over here on the near side, it's back to Chandler. Grizzlies in a 2-3 zone to start things off here in the early going. Into the paint it goes to Davis. And now long three off the rim, no good, rebounded by the Aces. Chandler brings it back out for East. Another three-point attempt. That one is then rebounded by Navarrete, and here come the Grizzlies down the floor. Navarrete is joined by Holman, Reed, and Richard. 5 on the floor for Northwest here in the early. Sasha Reed, top of the key, gives it off to Lohman. East high and a men-to-men here and going. There's a three-point bomb. Good by Navarrete. And the Grizzlies strike first. Blue Aces bring it down the floor. That's Chandler with it. She drives the length of the floor, puts it up, and she's fouled as she shoots. She'll go to the line and shoot a pair. And the foul's on Lohman. That's her first. Ball's inbound. And it'll be Reed, top of the key with it. Reed lost it. Dave picks it up, no good. Rebounded by Hallman. Hallman to Navarrete. Here comes Grizzlies back. Lohman has it on the near side. Puts it in the paint to Reed and knocks Richard. Gets knocked out play. And it will be a restart for the Northwest. Richard to inbound here. Gives it to Reed under the basket. Reed just blocked. And we have a held ball. No, they're going to call a travel instead. And they're going to get to Northwest. Oh, they called a foul. I'm sorry. I beg your pardon. Foul on Davis. First on East High. Inbounded by Northwest. Lohman passes in the corner. Richard for three. In and out. No, rebounded by Davis. And here comes East High back down the floor with it. They put up, partially blocked and picked off by Hallman. Hallman gives it to Navarrete. And brings it across the timeline. Giving it to Richard on the far side. Back to Hallman. Gives it now to Sasha Reed. And Reed over there to Richard. Richard into the paint. Puts it up and doesn't get the goal. And the rebound is picked off by Smith for East. And here come the Blue Aces back down the floor. 5:28 in the first quarter. 3-0. Grizzlies lead. And that shot misses. East gets the putback. It misses as well. And who's going to get it? Richard gets the rebound. Gives it to Hallman. Hallman bring it down the floor herself. She gives it to Lohman. Lohman drives into the paint. Puts it up and count it. Aubrey Lohman makes it 5 with 5 to go in the first. In the paint, Davis has it. Sends it back out to Chandler. And shot missing. The rebound. Hallman got an arm on it. Now they're going to call a foul on somebody. Let's see who it's on. It's on Sasha Reed. That's her first. And we'll send Smith to the line to shoot a pair. First one is up. And this is second one is good, and it's 5-1 Northwest. Hallman brings it down the floor, giving it to Hallman. Hallman back to Navarrete. Pulls out, pulls it back in now, spin move, looking for help, not getting it. And finally zipping on the near side. Hallman pass to Richard. Ends up in the front row of seats, and it will turn over to East High. Score remains 5-1 Northwest. Bring on the floor is Haley Davis for the Blue Aces. Back around it comes, back to Chandler on the near side. In the paint, Chandler with it. And dribbling, thinking about a three, holds it back up. And gives it off on the far side. Grizzlies still in their 2-3 zone. Not get them more man-to-man. Chandler up and off the glass, no good. Gets a rebound, however. Keeps it in play for the Aces. Hallman guilty of a foul, and that's going to be her second. Team foul number 3 for Northwest. Actually, excuse me. Ouch. Ashlyn Reed comes in for Haley Davis. And we're back underway. 3.5 to go, first quarter. Please lead 5-1. Low scoring quarter here in the get-go. That one was knocked out of bounds, unfortunately, by Lohman. And we have a timeout being taken. Let's see who's calling to do with it. It's going to be full timeout taken by East High. That means we're going to take one with them as well. So stay with us. Grizzlies lead here in the first quarter. We'll be back after this time watching WHS Chris, and this is Grizzly basketball.
What does it mean when people say America is a land of opportunity?
It means the power to discover,
To redefine yourself.
To improve yourself.
to challenge yourself.
To realize there's more in you
Than you ever knew.
that you could do.
It means giving people an open field to explore what they do best.
With the best tools,
The best training.
The best technology in the world.
We bring out the best in the people who serve.
So you can be all you can be.
Back at Northwest out of the timeout, 3:18 first quarter. Grizzlies lead 5-1 over the Blue Aces of East High. And it will be East High's basketball. Under the basket, back underway. And there's a three-pointer in it from Adrian Neal. And East High cuts the lead to 1. Here come the Grizzlies back. Now right Hallman. Back to Richard. High pressure man-to-man being played, and the travel by Richard will turn the ball over to the Blue Aces. It'll be Chandler bringing it down floor for East High. And we have a alternating possession held ball, and on the alternating possession, it will go to the Grizzlies. Again, alternating possession, arguably the dumbest rule in all of sports. Lone down to Reed. Reed into the corner to Richard. Richard back to Reed, who puts it up and count it from 12 feet. And Sasha on the board, and we need her. East High brings it back down as we approach 2 minutes. There's one down and around. It doesn't go in. East High's had a hard time finding the hole here in the first quarter. Lowen passes it over to Richard. Back out to Hallman. Hallman keeps it in play to Richard. Good job by Kylie there. Back to Hallman again. Hallman driving to the paint. This is it to Reed. Reed puts up and goes, and it's rebounded by East High. Aces bring it down the floor. There's a three-point way, shortens everything, and that'll turn over to Northwest with 92 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. Back underway. Lohman brings it across the timeline for Northwest. Grizzlies lead by 3. I thought that was over and back. We may have gotten a break. Carly now in the game for Northwest. Number 10, the 5'7" senior guard. Reed with the ball, spin move, and I think she walked with it. Let's see what they call here. Or are they going to call a foul? And they're going to call a foul here. I'll take. Foul is on Davis. She has both of these fouls here in the first quarter. And she will come out, and replacing her will be Henri Smith. Lohman puts one up. It was out of play. It will stay with Northwest. Inside a minute to go now in the first quarter. All inbounded to Lohman. She gives it to Sasha Reed. Over here to Wimberly. Wimberly driving, spin move. Some help, and Finley gets it back. Reed sends it over to Lohman on the far side. Grizzlies may play for one shot here with seconds to go in the quarter. Lohman pulls it all the way back out. Also in the game for Northwest, number 35. And Hallman couldn't get it to go. Beautiful pass to Hallman. She couldn't finish it. 20 to go. Chris Patterson game for Northwest, number 35, the 5'10" freshman guard. 12 seconds to go in the quarter. There's a three-pointer, and it's good. And we're tied at 7. Grizzlies have led the whole game. They have not trailed. And that'll do it. So at the end of one quarter of play, it's all tied up at 7. East High and Northwest. Back with the second quarter after this. Stay with us. You're watching WHS Grizz, and this is Grizzly Basketball. Back at Northwest High School, gets set for the start of the quarter. East High will inbound start play here in the second. All tied at 7. Grizzlies led the entire first quarter in 3 seconds to go when East High canned a three-pointer to get things going for them. Tie it up. On the floor for Northwest, Aubrey Lohman, number 2. Carissa Patterson, number 35. Carla Lee, number 10. There's a shot that misses. And it goes out of play. McKinley Hayes, number 22, and finally Cameron Stubbs, number 34. That rounds out the 5 on the floor for Northwest to begin the second quarter. Ball inbounded by East, and the pointer is short. Hits the rim. Gets knocked out of play, and it will stay with East High. First 2 here tonight. The boys will tip it off at 20 minutes after the conclusion of this one. And East High takes its first lead of the night, 9-7. Down floor, McNabe. Oh, an errant pass, but a break for Northwest as Lohman was there to scoop it up. Patterson with it. And Patterson drives, tried to get that one to McNabe in the paint, couldn't get it to go. And East High comes away with it. Chandler puts a long off the glass, no good, rebounded by Wimberly. Here comes Northwest, a long pass to Patterson. Patterson puts it up and blocked, and East High comes away with it. And we're going to have a foul called, or even better yet, Chandler stepped on the sideline, bringing the ball down the floor, and that'll turn it over to Northwest. Inbounded to Carly Wimberly. Spin move in the paint, has it knocked out of her hand. Here's a 3-on-1 break for East. Putting it up, scoring for East is Haley Davis, and East leads by 4. Woman gives it to Patterson. Patterson pulls it back out. Patterson, lost again. And this will be a lay-in for East High, and sure enough, Grizzlies are down by 6, and I'll bet you Northwest is going to take time out here. This is a full timeout taken by Northwest. We'll take a 13-7, Grizzlies trails. We'll be back. This is Grizzly basketball. Getting ready to start here after timeout. McKaylee Nave will inbound to Lohman. Beg pardon. Lohman brings it down the floor. Gives it to Patterson. Patterson, tried to get it to Lohman, but it was knocked out of play. It'll stay with Northwest. Grizzlies down by 6. They led by 4 early. And we're tied at the end of the first quarter. Richard looking for some help. Gets it to Lohman. Lohman, good job, drills through 2 people. Can't get the ball up without it being blocked, though. Goes out of play, and it will stay with Northwest, I believe. Aaliyah Richard will inbound. And he gets inbounded passing. And there's another deal. East, a 2-on-1 break follows. Bad pass, and it didn't matter as Davis was able to make it a shot. It didn't go in, but she's fouled. Fouls on Cameron Stubbs. That's her first personal. Be a 2-shot fire, and first one is good. Grizzlies down by a touchdown. Grizzlies have gone cold. Hallman comes back in, along with Navarrete, replacing Nave and Patterson. And the second free throw misses. Rebounded by Richard Navarrete. Hallman on the floor, Stubbs on the floor, and Lohman on the floor. That's the line in the game for Northwest here at the moment. Richard will inbound here. And does so. Ball's taken away by East. Davis will bring it down. She gives it to Chandler. Her shot misses, and we're going to have a tie up here. Again involved with a held ball, and on the alternating possession, arguably the dumbest rule in all of sports, it goes to West. So a break for the Grizzlies. Into Stubbs. Stubbs to Navarrete, doesn't go. And the rebound taken there by Reed. Here comes East High back with Chandler, drives the length of the floor and puts it in. And the Grizzlies, all of a sudden, they're down by 9 points. Grizzlies came out strong out of the gate and just they haven't scored a score. Hallman can't put it up, gives it to Lohman, over to Navarrete for 3. And that one is out no good, funded by Ashlyn Reed. And here come the Blue Aces back down the floor. That'll be a foul called, probably on Lohman. I don't know why I speculate, but it is Lohman. That's her second. East High will inbound. And that inbound pass is picked off by Northwest. Underneath, Richard, yes. Aaliyah Richard gets us on the board in the quarter. It's a lead to 7. Grizzlies need to start chipping away at this. Over on their side, Davis under the basket, passes it off shot misses. Rebound to East. Now they're going to call another tie-up, and this one will go East. Adrian Neal back in the game for East. 47 to go in the second, excuse me. That inbound pass almost booted. Davis sends it around the horn to Chandler, and Chandler goes up, and another foul is called on Loman, and the coaches do not like that call. It's the third foul on Loman and the third team foul of the quarter for Northwest. East High will inbound again. Footer misses. Who's going to get the rebound? And the rebound is, that battle is won by Reed. But the Grizzlies come away with it. Hallman inbounds it to Richard. Down the floor, Hallman with it. Gives it up on the far side to Richard. Off the glass, no good. Rebounded by East, and the Grizzlies all of a sudden aren't getting those second chance opportunities they were getting in the first quarter. There's a three-point attempt, missing everything. And that ball, I think, went out of bounds. It did. It will turn over to Northwest. Hallman with it to Richard. Navarrete for three. Good! And the Grizzlies cut it to 4. Chandler for East High, dishes it off now. Davis with it. In the far corner, that's Nia Davis, for 3 for the Blue Aces. I think they're going to get Hallman on that one. I don't know what they called. Must have called a travel or something. No foul went up. Huh? Travel? Our executive producer, Gabriel Contreras, says indeed that was a travel. In the paint, now over here on the near side, Chandler with it again. She's going to set up the offense by pulling it back all the way back out. Grizzlies man-to-man at the moment. On the far side. In the paint, and count the basket from Ashlyn Reed. 21-12, Grizzlies trail. And there's a foul. We'll see how they call this one. That'll be on East, and that'll be their first foul. It is on Honoree Smith. That's her first. Grizzlies will inbound. Hallman with it. Gives it to Lohman. Lohman up, and yes, it goes. Lohman gets it, 21-14. East High in no hurry to bring the ball across the timeline. Haley Davis, right-hander, misses. And it's rebounded by Stubbs. Stubbs gives it to Richard. Richard sends it down to Lohman. Lohman in the paint. She's fouled. She'll go to the line and shoot a couple, I think. And then what do I know? I thought she was going up with the ball, gentlemen. But no, it'll be an inbound play. Sasha Reed comes back in, replacing Stubbs. Stubbs did a pretty nice job while she was in there. And Reed has it again. Out to Lohman, back to Richard. Richard, a long rainbow off the rim, no good. And it's rebounded by the Blue Aces. Less than a minute to go in the first half. Stay with us at halftime for another Meet the Grizzly segment. Think you'll enjoy it. And a whistle and another jump ball is called. And that'll go back to the Blue Aces on the alternating possession. And we're inside 20 to go now. East High, no doubt, will play for one shot. And we have a whistle and a turnover with 0.6 seconds to go on the game clock. And that'll do it. We are at halftime. Score at halftime is East High 21 and Northwest 14. We're going to take a quick 1-minute timeout, and then our Meet the Grizzly segment tonight will feature Cameron Stubbs. Stay with us. You're watching NWHS Grizz, and this is Grizzly basketball.
Hey Grizzly Nation, this is Eric Hofer-Holdeman, your principal at Northwest High School. Did you know Grizzly Pride is the combined booster club and PTO here at Northwest? They support both athletics and academics. We're asking you to join Grizzly Pride this year. Due to these extraordinary times, Grizzly Pride doesn't have the same fundraising opportunities they normally have, and we need you to join and offer your donation to help Grizzly Pride out. Go to our Northwest webpage, join today. Go Grizzlies.
It's halftime, and welcome to another session of Meet the Grizzlies. And tonight we're joined in our halftime extravaganza by junior forward Cameron Stubbs. And Cameron, we welcome you to our little extravaganza here this evening. Mm-hmm. Tell us a little bit, if you will, about yourself and your family background.
Yeah, I'm 16. I have two older brothers that are 24 and 26. They've moved out, and they played basketball as well. And then I live with my parents, and it's just us.
Did they play here at Northwest?
One of them played here, and the other one played at a different school.
Okay. So how are you enjoying your 3 years at Northwest?
I've liked it. I'm glad I transferred here because I'm a special transfer, so I've enjoyed it.
Where did you transfer from?
Goddard.
Okay, well, Goddard's loss is our gain, right? Okay, what are your goals for the basketball team this season?
I want us to be able to communicate better as a team and as a group and, convert that into the game.
Have you given any thought to yourself personally as to what you want to do in a year and a half when you get out of Northwest?
No, but I don't know. I might go to WSU or KU. I don't know yet.
You got plenty of time to decide and think. Do you have a career in mind, or are you still thinking about it?
I'm still thinking about it.
Nothing wrong with that. I know people who have thought about it into their junior year in college before they finally made their final choice, so you got lots of time to do that. What's your favorite subject? You said it was math here, or did I ask? Let me ask. We'll cut that question and come back in 3, 2, 1. What's your favorite subject at Northwest?
Math.
We'll explain why we're laughing later. Well, we wish you the best of luck. Have a great season here at Northwest and beyond. And we'll be looking forward to a visit like this 1 year from now when we do this all over again. Mm-hmm. Cameron Stubbs, our guest at halftime. Meet the Grizzly segment. We'll be back with the second half of tonight's game after this 60-second break. Stay with us. You're watching NWHS Grizz, and this is Grizzly basketball.
This may sound like a typical high school basketball game being played on a Friday night in Kansas. In fact, It's a crash course in cooperation and teamwork. It's a test of dedication, determination, and drive. It's character development in action. If you think high school sports are only about competition, think about this. High school sports can play a critical role in a student's overall education. In fact, studies show that students who participate in school sports are more likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in their academic lives. At the same time, playing sports helps teach lessons not covered in the classroom. Lessons like tolerance, respect for the rules, and the importance of supporting your community. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Kansas State High School Activities Association and the Kansas Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Welcome back to Northwest High. We're at halftime of the girls' varsity contest. You can see the boys doing a little shoot around here in between halves. Grizzlies trail 21-14 at halftime. Let's give you an update. What you can expect here going forward. First of all, pardon me. The boys' game will follow immediately after the conclusion of this one. And then it's a doubleheader weekend for us. We're on the air tomorrow at 12:50 with the girls' pregame show. The girls will play first, then the boys, and the opponent will be the Red Demons of Dodge City High School. They'll be in here for an unusual doubleheader on a Saturday. It's the only time we do that all year. And then after that, we're off until January the 5th. As everybody is on winter break. We're actually on winter break now. The last day of classes here at Northwest was yesterday. The last day of finals was yesterday. We come back on the 5th of January here at, we're going to take that back. We're going to travel to Bishop Carroll and take on the Golden Eagles of Bishop Carroll at Carroll on the 5th of January. We'll be on the air at 5:40. So that's what's coming up. That's what you have to look forward to going forward. Meantime, we have a lot of business. Pardon me. We have a lot of business to take care of here at home today and tomorrow. And I'll be glad to get both of these games done because I'm starting to lose my voice here. And I still got 3 more games to do this weekend. So, and we've been told that we're having a little bit of a picture issue with the out and or being jittery. And unfortunately, there's not a thing we can do about it. That is an internet problem. All our settings are fine, but we're kind of bound by our limitations of the internet. So we apologize if you are experiencing that. We are aware of it, and we'll do everything we can to make it go away. In fact, we are already trying to do that. And I want to acknowledge Terry J., who is watching tonight and sent us a little message earlier on the YouTube chat. You can do the same thing. We'll acknowledge you as time permits. And his message is real simple. Let's go Grizzlies. And that's a great message. We want to do just that. The 1 minute buzzer has gone off here. We'll keep it right here and get set for the third quarter of tonight's game. Glad to have you with us wherever you are on planet Earth. My name is Kevin Arkin. I'm joined by Gabriel Sylvester, our executive producer tonight. Grizzlies will inbound to start the third quarter. And they will be playing from right to left here in the second half. So we want all the action to be to our left, where my view is the most obscured because there are fans sitting in my line of sight. But that's okay, we'll make it work. Referees calling for the players to hustle out onto the floor, and both teams getting last-minute instructions from their respective coaching staffs. On the floor for Northwest, it'll be Aubrey Lohman, number 2, Aaliyah Richard, number 21, Aubrey Navarrete, number 30, Sasha Reed, 24, and Kylina Hallman, number 33. That's the 5 on the floor as we begin the third quarter. Northwest down 7 points as we begin the third quarter. They were tied after 1. Second quarter wasn't near as good to the Grizzlies. Aubrey has one roll out, rebounded by Hallman. Now here's Lohman for 3. It doesn't go either. Something with that east basket just doesn't want to go. And there's a foul called. It's on Navarrete, that's her first. Nobody's in foul trouble, I'm pleased to report, although Lohman has 2. And the first free throw by Honoree Smith misses. She'll get one more here. And that one is good. Grizzlies down by 8. Bringing the ball down is Lohman. She sets it over to Richard. Richard trying and put it up but lost it on the way up. And now we have a whistle. And the ball will turn over to East High. Chandler has it on the near side, now gives it to Reed. I take it back, she gives it to Neal, pardon me, number 23. Chandler thought about a 3 and then put it back down on the floor. Now on the far side, it goes to Haley Davis. Davis dishes it back to Neal. Far side in the paint, puts it up, and it's good. Grizzlies down by 10, their biggest deficit of the game so far. Richard, Navarrete to Hallman. Back to Richard. Back to Navarrete, now to Richard. Richard thought about it, put it back down. Lohman. Lohman puts it up, good, and that's a 3. I wasn't sure whether it was 2 or 3. Referees have made the indication, and the deficit is back down to 7. We could use a couple more of those, quite honestly. And this play will stay with East High. 5:52 remaining in the third quarter. Ball is thrown in and back underway, and that's Chandler with it now. Chandler gives it up to Haley Davis. Back to Chandler for three, and that's off the rim, no good. And the rebound is knocked out of play. It will stay with East High. Chandler will inbound for the Aces. Gets it in, and Davis gives it right back to her. A long three misses, rebounded by her. Here's a chance for Aubrey Lohman. Off the glass, doesn't go, and you got to get those lay-ins, folks. Chandler puts it up and count it. Chandler got the one that we didn't. The deficit is 9 again. Out of bounds on the far side of the floor. Lohman has it for Northwest. And Lohman has it knocked out of bounds. It'll stay with the Grizzlies. Richard will inbound. Aaliyah Richard gives it to Navarrete. Hallman has it. Navarrete for three. Off the rim, no good. And rebounded by the Aces. Here comes East High back. And that one just taken away by Navarrete. She just reached out and took it right out of her hands. Lohman. Navarrete again, now Hallman. Richard for three. Rebound to East after the miss. Patterson comes back in for Northwest, replacing Aaliyah Richard. Grizzlies trail by 9. They've trailed by as many as 10 twice. Lohman to Patterson. Patterson has it knocked out of her hand. It goes out of play and was last touched by Hallman, so it'll turn over to East High. Midway through the third quarter, Grizzlies find themselves down 26-17. East High with the ball. Across the timeline. There's a loose ball on the floor. East High comes out with it and then throws it away. Coming back in for Northwest, it'll be Richard, and she will replace Lohman this time. Patterson inbounds to Richard. And we're back underway here in quarter number 3. In the paint, Richard, she put it up. Looks like she dinged away. She'll go to the line and shoot a pair. Fouls charged to Haley Davis. It's her first. Oh, come on, Aaliyah. You got to make those. Got to make them when you're trailing, folks. And she makes 1 out of 2. 26-18, the Grizzlies trail. East High brings the ball back down the floor. That's Ryan Chandler. And Haley Davis for 3. Off the glass, no good. Rebounded by Reed. Reed keeps it. And Rylan Chandler now puts it into the corner for Michaela Jones. Haley Davis is fouled by Patterson. That's the second team foul on Northwest, each team with 2. In the paint it goes. Anaya Davis went up and got fouled way up, showed the line to shoot there. The foul's on Hallman. That's her second. And the first free throw is good. We'll get one more. And the second one also falls. The Grizzlies down by 10 again. Largest of the game. Reed has it for Northwest. Gives it to Richard for three. And that's off the heel, no good. Rebounded by East High, and the Grizzlies not getting second chance baskets this evening. In the paint. That ball goes out of play, and it will stay with East High. Anaya Davis put the shot up, blocked on the up. Underneath, Davis can't keep up with it, but the Aces still have it. Chandler gives it back to Davis, back to Chandler. That's a three-pointer that misses. Northwest with the ball. In the paint to Sasha Reed. Richard corrals it. On the far side, Reed. Reed to Hallman. Hallman to Patterson, over here to Navarrete. Back to Patterson. Patterson thought about a three and put it back down. Navarrete gives it to Hallman. Oh, and that one went right through the wickets of Sasha Reed, gets knocked out of bounds. They're going to call a foul after all this. Richard has it again. Ball will be inbounded by Northwest. Richard underneath, and there we go. Ball put on a whistle. See what this is all about. Grizzlies still trail by 10. And this will be Micaiah Jones at the line to shoot a pair. And the first one off the heel and then falls, and that's the way the breaks are going tonight. And now the Grizzlies find themselves down a dozen. Sasha Reed from 10 feet, in and out, can't make it go. Grizzlies just haven't been able to buy a bucket here. East High for less than a minute to go. Less than 30 to go now. A whistle blows. We have a foul called on Patterson. That'll be her second. It's 31-18. Whoops. 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm in the quarter, pardon me. Navarrete to Richard. And she traveled. Yep. 6 seconds to go. East High will have one last opportunity. A long one, and it misses everything. And that's the end of the third quarter. Back with the fourth quarter after this. Stay with us. Grizzlies trail 31-18. You're watching NWHS Grizz. This is Grizzly basketball. Grizzlies will inbound to start the fourth quarter with Gabriel Contreras, Kevin Arkin with you. Here at Northwest High on the floor for Northwest, it will be Lohman, number 2. And there's a giveaway. And a basket. We have number 2, Wimberly, number 10. Stubbs, 34, is out there, along with McKaylee Nave, 22. And the last one is Honey Tate, number 12. That's a 5 for Northwest. We start the fourth quarter of play. Reed has it for East High. East High leading by 15, their biggest, their biggest lead of the game. Haley Davis pulls it out. Drives into the paint off the glass, no good. Rebounded by Nave, but a whistle. And we're going to have a foul called on somebody. It's Anna Reese-Smith. Her second, team's first here in the fourth quarter. Lohman with it to Tate. They're saying it went off Wimberly. I thought it went off of Jones for East. That is, it will turn all over to the Blue Aces. Rylan Chandler will inbound for the Aces, and the Grizzlies about to make a line change. They're about to sub the entire team at the next opportunity. So we'll tell you who comes in the next group. Meanwhile, East High trying to get some points here. There's one all the way out to Haley Davis. And a foul on Wimberly. And here come the substitutions for Northwest. Now on the floor for Grizzlies, it'll be Patterson, 35, 21 Richard, 33 Hallman, 24 Reed, and 30 Navarrete. Grizzlies have it. Grizzlies need to make a run here. That one gets knocked out of play. It will stay with Northwest. Richard will inbound Out to Saul. It was intended for Sasha Reed and deflected. Reed has it on the floor, and they're going to call a jump ball. And on the alternating possession, it will go to the Blue Aces, and that time the mistake cost the Grizzlies. And we have a timeout taken by the Blue Aces. See if this is a full or a half. It is a 30-second timeout. We'll just keep it right here and reset it for you. We have 5:47 remaining in the fourth quarter. Grizzlies trail 33-18. Each team with one team foul. Grizzlies have 4 timeouts left, while the Blue Aces have 3. And the possession arrow is pointing toward East High. East will inbound coming out of the timeout, as it was their timeout that got called. Ball comes in to Rylan Chandler, and we're back underway here in the fourth quarter. Grizzlies need to score a lot of points in a hurry to get back into this thing. They're down by 15, and time is starting to be a factor. Chandler with it. Patterson bumps her, but no call. Hallman couldn't block the shot, but it did enough to prevent the score. And the Grizzlies come away with it. Patterson. Ball goes out of play off of East High, and it will be a Grizzly restart. 5:15 to go, fourth quarter. Hallman, oh, she got fouled. That's too bad. Fouls on Ashlyn Reed. That's her third. And that one will turn over to the Blue Aces. Rylan Chandler with it at midcourt. Into the corner it goes. Oh, nice pass into the paint. Good blocking, but there to get it is Reed. Reed misses. Now they're going to finally blow a whistle and call something here. I think what they're calling is the fact that Sasha Reed is still on the floor. And the nice crowd on hand here tonight. Both teams drew well on a non-school night because we're on vacation. They all give Sasha Reed a nice round of applause for her hard effort. And the inbound is complete. In the paint, no scoring there, but by Haley Davis. But right there to pick up the slop is Anaya Davis. And she is fouled on the way up. She'll go to the line to get one the old-fashioned way. And she makes it. 36-18. She's running out of time here in the fourth. Keeps help. Patterson 3 off the rim, no good. Rebounded there by Reed, and here comes Davis for East, putting it up, missing, getting her own rebound. Now there's a 3, good by Rylan Chandler. And it's 39-18, and that That might just make it too much to overcome. Ryland Chandler guarded there pretty well by Lohman. Chandler gets it back. Dish it off on the far side. This young Grizzly team is hanging in there. There's a long three-point bomb off the heel. No good. The Blue Aces. Back out to Haley Davis. Davis drives, gives it off. Here's a three-point attempt. Missing. And rebound by East. This is in the story of the night. The rebounds have been very lopsided in favor of the Blue Aces here tonight. There's a loose ball on the floor, picked up by Hallman. She feeds it to Lohman. Lohman's shot is blocked by Anais Smith, and a good block it was. It'll stay with Northwest. Patterson takes a seat for the Grizzlies. Stubbs comes in. Underneath, Owen. You got to make those. Hallman couldn't get it to go. Ryland Chandler stepped on the sideline, turning it over to Northwest. 2:20 to go in the fourth quarter. It's down by 19. Lohman into the paint, gives it off to Navarrete for three, missing again. Stubbs underneath, double teamed, and they're going to call something as the whistle blows. Let's see what they call. They're calling a foul. It's on Micaiah Jones. That's her first. Team foul number 3. Grizzlies make another line change. They bring in Nave, Wimberly, Mariah Staten, Patterson, and Honey Tate. There's a steal by the Blue Aces. Good job that time by Smith. Haley Davis, she'll pull it back out. East does not need to score at all, and they certainly don't need to score quickly. In the paint, and call it good for Anais Smith. 41-18, Grizzlies trail now. And this just has not been the Grizzlies' night. Wimberly had her pocket picked. And Jones takes it coast to coast for 2 more. 1 minute remaining in the game. Patterson, Nave for a long 2, misses everything. Rebound by Chandler. Chandler feeds long and from 10 feet, missing. McKaylee Nave with the rebound. 4 seconds to go. That one goes out of play. It'll belong to the Blue Aces. They'll make a quick sub prior to inbounding this one. Inbound, a quick whistle on a foul. That'll be a 4th team foul on Northwest. I guess it's only the 3rd. Underneath, East High with it. Bringing it down the floor is Reed. Around the horn they go. There's a 3 attempt, no good. Right back for another 3. That one also misses, that time off the heel. A 3rd one misses off the heel. This time Wimberley gets the rebound. Here come the Grizzlies back with 7 seconds remaining in the game. And we are final score here in the girls contest is East High 43 and Northwest 18. We'll be back to give you a quick wrap up of this and then send it to our boys contest, so stay with us. You're watching NWHS Grizz on the official Northwest High School YouTube channel. This is Grizzly Basketball. Welcome back to Northwest High School, where the girls fall tonight 43-18 to the East High Blue Aces. Girls took a quick lead early in the first quarter and led most of the first quarter, but could not score. They were leading because of their defense and just couldn't get things going here offensively in the first quarter. And finally, East High took charge, and they got hot, and off they went. So, as a result, the girls fall tonight by a score of 43-18, and we congratulate the East High girls. They did a good job. They did a good job tonight. And I also want to thank our executive producer, Gabriel Contreras, who gave you some great pictures in the first game. He's going to be around here for the second. I just sent him on a hot dog run. He was getting hungry. He's a football player, and I could see he was getting hungry. So I sent him on a hot dog run here in between games. We're going to go ahead and send it to our pregame interview. Pardon me, folks. With head coach Andy Hill. That'll come up here in about a minute. We'll let you listen to the band for a couple minutes, and then we'll switch it over to our pregame interview with head coach Andy Hill. Stay with us. Lots of basketball left here on NWHS Grizz tonight. Glad to have you with us wherever you are on planet Earth.
Hey Grizzly Nation, this is Eric Hofer-Holdeman, your principal at Northwest High School. Did you know Grizzly Pride is the combined booster club and PTO here at Northwest? They support both athletics and academics. We're asking you to join Grizzly Pride this year. Due to these extraordinary times, Grizzly Pride doesn't have the same fundraising opportunities they normally have, and we need you to join and offer your donation to help Grizzly Pride out. Go to our Northwest webpage, join today. Go Grizzlies.
Our doubleheader continues now, and we're turning our attention to the boys varsity contest. And in between games, we're joined by our boys varsity head coach, Andy Hill. And Coach, first of all, let's look back. Congratulations on a very good win against a very good Southeast team.
Thank you. Yeah, we played really well for most of that game, especially we got off to a fast start early. Built a big lead in the first quarter. I think our attention to detail was really good on just the way we want to play. And we've talked with this team about, our need to play fast and to make the game fast because we're not the biggest team and we're never going to be the biggest team this year. So our strength is with our speed, with our athleticism, pressuring for 94 feet, getting out and running on offense and, attacking in transition and putting pressure on the opponent. And I think we did a good job of that, certainly for most of the game on Tuesday.
Glad to see Tayshawn Williams and Liam Calvert back in the lineup.
Yeah, that helps us a lot, just for a number of reasons. Obviously, both are very skilled and talented players, but it also just provides us a little bit of depth now that we didn't have before. So getting them back is huge. I think we'll see a little bit of an adjustment period, still kind of working them into the mix. One thing we've talked with our guys about, and with Tayshawn in particular, is he doesn't have to do as much for us this year as he did last year. Last year he averaged nearly 20 points a game, and we needed that from him. And almost having him out has been a little bit of a blessing in disguise for those couple games, because we've seen, what Eli Benning can do for us, and, how he can, just how good he really is. And same thing for several other guys that have stepped up. So I think we've discovered that we've got a lot more balance maybe than we thought we might have this year. And having them back at full strength now just gives us even more to work with.
Great to have that depth from your bench, no matter who it is, because it gives you an opportunity to get more rest during the games, and it also provides you a little bit of insurance in case someone does get injured.
Yeah, it's critical, and our bench has been really good for us. You mentioned Liam already coming off the bench, and I think he scored 8 points. Jay Sean Dirting is another guy that provides us with some valuable minutes off the bench, and a guy who can come in and hit some shots, and he's solid. Franklin Ikwe is same thing. He started a couple games when Tayshawn was out, but getting him to be off the bench and kind of bring some energy defensively for us is big as well. So with the way that we want to play and kind of making it a full court game and a high energy game, we're going to need depth, and guys are going to have to be able to get a blow from time to time.
Let's turn our attention to the matter at hand. We have a City League contest tonight against the East High Blue Aces, and what do you know about that team coming in?
They are much improved from what they were last year. Probably, if you just look around the league, they've in this early part of the season have improved as much or more than anybody from last year to this year. It's not. I think they're 1-2, so record-wise, it's maybe not showing up for them yet. But they played Cape on Tuesday night and lost by 6, and it wasn't like a backdoor cover kind of game when they went on a run late. It was tight all the way throughout that game, and they're playing really well. They've got two players in particular that really make things happen for them. Number 10 and number 1 are kind of the guys that we've really got to focus our attention on and try and slow them down. It's not going to be easy, but if we can make the other guys beat us and not allow those two to go off, then I think we'll have a good chance.
Okay. We also in an unusual position. Of course, it's been a busy week. We've already had 3 games in the last 7 days, including tonight's, and then we come back now 18 hours from now. We got to play Dodge City tomorrow.
Yeah, definitely that's a unique situation that we don't have very often, is back-to-backs. I think it's good, though. I think it's good to be able to do that every once in a while, and gives you some experience of what you'll see with your midseason tournament. And, if you're lucky enough to go to state, you'll have to play some back-to-backs. So, hopefully we can play well tonight and get a win, and then, on a quick turnaround, get ready for a tough Dodge City team.
And Dodge City is coming in here as part of the Challenge Series that we used to play it at Coke Arena, and now we play it in our own building and everything. But what can you tell us about that series and what it means for your team?
Yeah, it's kind of changed, and it's still, I think, in flux as far as what it's going to be. So, yeah, we used to play the AVCTL schools, the Derbies, the Mazes, the Maze Souths at Coke Arena, and it was kind of a big event feeling when you would go do that. Coke Arena became, I think, financially something that just wasn't going to work out anymore. And so what we've done the last couple years has kind of been sort of a stopgap measure, I think. I know that Coach Asmussen, our new City League AD, is really looking at trying to get that big event feel back moving forward. So, there's been talk of possibly like Hartman Arena, or something similar, and, trying to maybe get those AVCTL schools back involved, because I think that's the most natural rivalry. I mean, that's all the Wichita suburb schools against the city schools. That was a fun event, and not that it's not good to play your Dodge Cities or your Junction Cities or Topeka schools or whatever, but hopefully we can get back to that kind of big event feeling, because it's fun for the kids and it's good exposure for the league.
And it's always a lot of fun to play in the big-time arenas. You know, when playing in Coke as opposed to playing in our gym, the atmosphere is totally different. And, you know, Hartman being a mid-sized arena, that would be a great fit for this.
I think so. Yeah, I think it would be a great fit. You know, they mentioned trying to get it at like a Friends or a Newman, which, you know, those gyms are nice too, but they're really no different than our facilities. But Hartman would be cool. Coke Arena was obviously great, but I understand if the money doesn't work, the money doesn't work. So, right. You know.
Okay, well, you got to take them one at a time now. You got 2 in a row, so we'll wish you the best of luck tonight against the East High Blue Aces, and then again tomorrow afternoon when Dodge City comes in, the Red Demons come in. Let's get a couple wins.
All right, we'll try. Thanks, Kevin.
Head coach Andy Hill on our pregame show. Stay tuned. We're going to take a 60-second timeout, and then we'll be back with the starting lineup and the play-by-play of tonight's City League contest against the East High Blue Aces. You're watching NWHS Grizz, and this is Grizzly basketball.
Hey, man, you going out for football?
Band class still needs you, man.
Kansas students have choices to do or not to do. The Kansas State High School Activities Association urges everyone to participate because when activities stop, nobody wins.
What does it mean when people say America is a land of opportunity?
It means the power to discover,
To redefine yourself.
To improve yourself.
to challenge yourself.
To realize there's more in you
Than you ever knew.
that you could do.
Means giving people an open field to explore what they do best.
With the best tools,
The best training.
The best technology in the world.
We bring out the best in the people who serve.
So you can be all you can be.
Welcome back to Northwest. We're in between games. The boys' game will tip off here in about 5 minutes. The boys are coming out to take their last warm-ups. And while they do that, we're going to let you listen to the best pep band in the city of Wichita, the Northwest High Pep Band. And the PA announcer getting set to begin things here for the varsity boys contest. And we'll have the colors being presented very shortly. And amongst the crew bringing out the colors is our own Elizabeth Dibben, which is why she's not up here with us tonight. She's down there on color guard duty. Color guard is now presenting the colors. And we're going to leave it to them for the national anthem.
Tonight's color guard is provided by the Grizzly Battalion JROTC cadets. Presenting tonight's colors are Cadet Captain Liz Dibben, Cadet Captain Jonathan Sakarias, Cadet First Lieutenant Aiden Shaw, and Cadet Corporal Robert Luzo. Singing the national anthem this evening will be Northwest Senior Gabe Hurtado.
And that's the national anthem here at Northwest. Prior to the introduction of the starting lineups, and let's give you those starting lineups now. We'll start with the visiting team, the Blue Aces of East High School. Number 1 is a 6'3" senior, Manuel Martinez. Number 5, 6'2" senior, Jamari Berry. Number 10, 6' junior, Ismael Berry. Number 11 is Ashton White, a 5'10" senior. And finally, Marcus White, a 6'1" senior, wearing number 23. The head coach of the Blue Aces is Carlin Witten, assisted by, Melvin Randall and Marcus McCrae. Now, the starting lineups for your Northwest Grizzlies. A 5'9" senior guard, number 2, Tayshawn Williams. 5'11" sophomore guard, number 4, Darian Hammond. 6' junior guard, number 5, Eli Benning. 6'3" senior forward, number 11, Jerome Henderson. And finally, a 6'2" senior forward, number 23, Chase Glasper. Head coach of the Grizzlies is Andy Hill. He's assisted by Kylan Hawkins, Gary Cooper, and Gavin Darr. Our student assistant coach is Quentin Brown. Grizzlies are in their home whites tonight. They'll be playing from left to right here in the first half. And East High is in their road blues with white numerals and white trim. And if we can get these nice people in front of us to sit down, we'll be able to see the game. Out for the opening tip for Northwest, it'll be Jace Glasper, and for East, Manuel Martinez, number 1. Referees are ready, the players are ready, we're ready, and we hope you're ready at home for the start of this one. East High wins the opening tip and brings it down the floor. Into the paint is Marcus White, he dishes it off. They pull it back out. Ismail Berry, number 10, with it for the Aces. And Benning steals it. Goes 1-on-2, up, doesn't go. Rebound goes to East High. Grizzlies get it back, though. Underneath, Glasper can't make it go. Henderson goes up. His shot is blocked. A long pass forward to East, inside, and a reverse layup doesn't go. And they send it back up. They'll reset the offense. Martinez couldn't make the layup go. So each team with a couple of chances here early, and it's still scoreless. Now we have a whistle. And the first foul of the game is going to be charged to Benning. One minute in, no score. Berry with it for East High. There are 2 Berries and 2 Whites in the starting lineup. We will assume that each set is related. Martinez gives it off. There's a long 3 off the heel. No good, and it's rebounded by the Grizzlies. Up to Hammond. Darian Hammond to Glasper. Glasper sends it to Benning. Benning into Henderson, and Henderson's shot is batted away. And a whistle blows. Let's see if they're going to call a foul there or what. And they are calling a foul on that play. Foul is on Marcus White. Grizzlies will inbound. And we're back underway. Hammond has it for Northwest. That one is knocked out of play, and it will turn over to East High. Almost 2 minutes in now. Whoops. And no score. Berry brings it down the floor into the paint, goes up with it, blocked. Benning comes away with it. A lot of defense here in the early going, and Glasper finally hangs one home for Northwest, and they lead 2-0. Benning to Williams. Benning gets the steal, gives it to Williams for the score. And just like that, the Grizzlies get 4 points in 4 seconds. Berry brings it down the floor, gives it off. Now Martinez with it, drives into the paint, lays it up left-handed, misses, gets his own rebound and scores. And it's 4-2. Hammond puts one in. And Hammond makes it 6-2. Martinez dishes it off. There's a 3-point attempt that misses everything. Glasper gets the rebound, gives it to Williams. On the floor here in the first quarter. Glasper has it, top of the key, gives it to... He gave it to Williams, and a shot by Benning, rims in and out. No good. Rebounded by East, and here come the Aces back. Barry has it for East High. He leaves one for Martinez. Martinez will pull it out. Back into the paint again. It goes. And we have a travel call. That'll turn it over to Northwest. They'll get the ball with the lead. And the Grizzlies made a substitution. I believe they did. Franklin EQ comes in for Northwest. To Williams on the far side to Benning. Franklin puts it up. It's short. Rebounded there by Ashton White. And here comes East High back with it. Across the timeline comes White. And what do we have? We have a whistle. And I don't know if that's a foul or a travel. Looks like it's a travel. Navante Adams comes in for East High, number 44. Grizzlies inbound. Tayshawn Williams will do the duties of bringing it across the timeline. Grizzlies lead 6-2. There's a pass that's intercepted by Barry. He goes coast to coast, can't put it up, but a foul's called. He'll go to the line and shoot a pair. First one is good. One more coming from Barry. Makes them both. Grizzlies lead 6-4, excuse me. There's a pass by Benning that's intercepted. Grizzlies passing, not very crisp here in the early going. Oh, nice tip in by Esparza. I don't think they're going to give it to him. I think they called offensive goaltending there. So it'll stay 6-4. Benning with it. Gives it to Liam Calvert, who came into the game. Number 15. EQ, count it. 8-4, Grizzlies lead. We've got EQ and Williams, Calvert, Glasper, and Benning on the floor now for the Grizzlies. Travel called. I was waiting for that. Grizzly basketball. Benning will inbound to Williams, and back to Benning it goes. He'll bring it across the line. Calvert sends it over to Glasper. Back to Calvert. He pulls out and sends up a three. It's short. Rebounded there by Jamari Berry, and here comes East High back with it now. Top of the key, into the paint, up off the glass, counted by Berry. And it's 8-6. Ooh, that's a travel, I'll bet you. He almost killed himself. Now they're going to call a foul here on East. It's on Marcus White. He has both of the team's fouls now. Grizzlies made a couple more substitutions. Hammond came back in for one. There's a long three by Williams that missed. Rebounded there by Berry. He'll bring it up the floor. That's Ismail Berry. He puts up a three. Off the rim, no good. Rebounded by Ransom. Back out to Berry again. We'll do it all over. And again, we have Ransom here with the ball with 1:12 to go and a stoppage of play. And we'll do it. We will resume now. That's going to be a long two, but it misses. Loose on the floor. Who's got it? Williams comes away with it, and they're saying he traveled. That's unfortunate. .102, actually just inside a minute now, remaining in the first quarter. Long three is short, rebounded by Williams. Tayshaun will bring it across the timeline himself. Everybody falls back. Don't be surprised if Northwest plays for one shot. Williams doing a good job of killing clock. 20 seconds to go. 17 to go. And they are indeed waiting to the last second. Now here's the drive into the basket. Puts it up from 12 feet, doesn't go. The rebound is also short, goes out of play, and that'll do it. So after all that, at the end of one, it's Northwest 8 and East 6. We'll be back with the second quarter after this timeout. Stay with us. You're watching NWHS Grizz, and this is Grizzly Basketball. Grizzlies will inbound to start the second quarter. On the floor for the Grizzlies, Jason Durning comes into the game along with Eli Benning, Jerome Henderson, Hammond, and Jace Glasper. That's the five on the floor as we start quarter number two. Henderson tried a three, it's short. Berry sends one up, it's short. Rebounded by Hammond. He sends it up to Benning. Benning off the glass, count it. Eli Benning gives us our 4-point lead back. Pardon me. Martinez. Underneath. Oh, the lay-in, they missed it. got his own rebound, still missed it. And now a foul called. That's what happens when you don't get the rebound. You end up fouling trying to get to the ball. That was Devontae Adams. Missed 3 shots and ends up going to the line to shoot a pair after a foul charged against Durting. And he gets the first one. Adams will miss the second. And what do they call? They call the lane violation anyway, so it matters not. Henderson will inbound to Benning, and we're back underway. Grizzlies lead 10-7. Second quarter. Hammond on the far side of the floor with it. To Henderson. Benning for 3. Off the heel, no good. Rebounded by Glasper. Benning again from 6 feet misses. And this one is rebounded by Martinez. And an easy lay-in at the other end for White. And that would have been avoided had the Grizzlies been able to score their own basket. Hammond off the rim, no good. Rebounded by Martinez. He will bring it all the way down himself, and he comes up short, but a foul's going to be called here. He'll go to the line with a chance to give East the lead. And the foul's on Durting. That's his second, both in this quarter. Martinez will shoot 2. And the first one rims out. Williams comes in for Durting. Missed them both. The putback is blocked by Glasper. Here come the Grizzlies back. Williams thought about it. Now he puts up a 3. It's short, but he was fouled. And I think he's going to go to the line and shoot 3 of them. He is. Foul is charged to Ashton White. Tayshaun Williams will get three shots at it. First one is good. Second one is good. Tayshaun Williams gets 3-pointers the hard way. And the Grizzlies lead by 4 again. East High will inbound. They had to go chase a ball down the hall. And that didn't take long. We got a whistle on the play. And a turnover. It'll be Northwest ball. And a chance for the Grizzlies to increase their lead. Out to Benning. Benning will drive in the paint, dishes it off. Here's a 3-pointer. Good by Henderson. Grizzlies lead by 7. Here's a 3-pointer in and out by Barry. Rebound to Northwest. And Benning had an easy lay-in and missed it. Got to have those. Barry has it for, and now a foul called. That's a frustration foul on Benning. He missed an easy lay-in, then committed a silly foul. That's his second. East High will inbound. Grizzlies have 3 team fouls in this quarter. Blue Aces have 1. And again, if this is your first game this year, that is a rule change. No more 1-and-1, no more double bonus after 10. It's 5 fouls per quarter. On the 5th foul and beyond, everybody's shooting 2 free throws, and it resets every quarter. There's one off the glass. Nice touch that time by Jamari Berry. And a timeout has been taken by Northwest. Oops. It's a 30-second timeout. We'll keep it right here and tell you that we are going to be on the air tomorrow, 12:50, for the pregame show for the girls. And then the boys will immediately follow. We take on Dodge City tomorrow. In the Challenge Series games, and games that used to be played at Koch Arena and now are played at the member schools. The Koch Arena thing just didn't work out financially, and that was a shame because it was a lot of fun and it meant a lot to these kids to be able to play at a major college facility and to play someone different. Hammond, that'll be a 2 if it goes, but it doesn't. Rebounded there by East, and here come the Aces back. That'll be nice left-handed shot by Woodson to lay in for 2. And I hesitated because they have a mystery guest on the floor unless I can't read my numbers. And yes, there is no number 12 on my roster. Free throw is good. The three-pointer the old-fashioned way. Glasper will come out. He has his second foul. Liam Calvert comes in for him. And we're back underway. Grizzlies and the Blue Aces. Calvert gives it right back to Benning. Tayshawn Williams off the heel, no good. That would have been a mighty long 3. Rebounded by East, and again, Grizzlies not getting offensive rebounds for those second chance baskets. Underneath, East High did get the rebound for the second chance, and they tied the game with it. Grizzlies led by 7 a moment ago. Henderson for 3, off the rim, no good. Hammond gets the rebound, that away. Hammond, yes, reverse layup, and it's in. Darian Hammond scores for Northwest, and the Grizzlies lead again. Count the basket. And a foul. Martinez will go to the line to shoot 1. Fouls on Liam Calvert. His first. That is the 5th team foul on the Grizzlies. That puts East High over the limit. And the free throw is good. East High has its first lead of the game. With 3.5 minutes to go. Eli Benning gives it to Tayshawn Williams. Grizzlies looking for an opening. Back out to Benning. Benning scoops one in, and the Grizzlies take the lead back. Berry sends one wide, and a whistle And that will turn it over to Northwest. Benning inbounds to Tayshawn. Williams has his shot blocked and a whistle on the play. Foul is on Marcus White of East, his third. First one to be in foul trouble tonight. Tayshawn Williams will shoot a pair. First one is good. Grizzlies lead by 2. Ashton White comes in for Marcus White. Tayshawn has one more free throw. And he makes them both. That's 4 in a row for Tayshawn tonight. And East High will bring the ball down the floor. Martinez, a long 2 off the heel. No good. Rebound is kicked back out there to Berry. Jamari Berry with it. And Tayshawn Williams intercepts the pass. He'll bring it down the floor himself. Sends it wide for Hammond for 3. Good! Darian Hammond for 3. And the Grizzlies lead by 6 again. Berry brings it down for the Aces. He puts up a 3. It's short. Hammond gets the rebound. Trying to feed it to Henderson. It's intercepted. Martinez underneath. Misses. Benning brings the ball back down for Northwest. Williams. Oh, he tried to send it over to Benning and it was intercepted. Berry puts it in. Yep, for East. Cutting the lead to 2. Benning brings it down the floor and gives it to Hammond. Wide, Calvert for 3. Good! Liam Calvert gives us a 7-point lead again. We're inside a minute to play. On the far side, East High sends it back into Berry. Now he sends it out to Ismail Berry. Double team there. Here's Jamari for 3. Off the heel, no good. And those missed threes have been a help to Northwest tonight. There's a whistle on the play with 26 ticks remaining. Jamari Berry picked up his first personal. It's only the third, the third team foul. Franco Niku comes back into the game for Northwest, and he has the ball. Gives it back to Hammond. Grizzlies look like they're going to go for the last shot. Back out to Williams. Behind his back. Nice ball handling by Tayshawn. He goes up, scoops one off the glass, no good. But there's a whistle. And they call the travel. Henderson comes in, and Glasper comes out. There's 4 seconds remaining in the quarter. 3, 2, 1, and that one almost went in at the buzzer. But as such, we are at halftime. Score at halftime is Grizzlies 28 and East High 21. Back in 60 seconds. Stay with us. This is Grizzly basketball. That be the Northwest Grizzly Honey Bears performing here at halftime. Halftime score is Northwest 28, East High 21. And we're just going to let you listen to the band. We don't have a guest here at halftime. I was hoping we could get Steve Martin up here for a visit, the head football coach, but unfortunately couldn't get him up here. So we're going to let the band entertain you. Stay with us. We're at halftime. All righty, we're getting set here for the start of the third quarter. Boy, our pep band sounds better every time we hear them. And East High will inbound to start the fourth quarter. All righty, here we go. Third quarter, getting ready to start. And we're underway. Just like that, East High gets a quick one. And we get one right back. Hammond scores for Northwest. Grizzly still lead by 7. Grizzly got it back. And they'll get it on the out-of-bound play as well. So a big break for Northwest here early on in the third quarter. Inbound play goes out of play, and it's going to stay with Northwest again. Been the longest 30 seconds of my life here in starting this third quarter. Benning has it, gives it to Williams. Spin move by Williams, puts it up, doesn't go. And the rebound ends up in the hands of Henderson, and he couldn't control it. And finally, it'll turn over to East High. But a good effort that time by your Grizzlies. And here comes East High back. Oh, and it's intercepted by Glasper. And he lays it in. And now pressure being put on by Northwest. Henderson almost picked it away. Ooh, boy, there's a charge. And I mean, that's a hard charge. Williams just got decked. But he's okay. He got right up. It's on Martinez, his first. Excuse me. Glasper with it for Northwest. We never did set the offense. We'll do it as Henderson scores again. And just like that, there's a timeout on the floor called by East. It's going to be a full timeout, so we will take that full timeout with them as well. You're watching NWHS. Woo. You're watching NWHS Grizz. This is Grizzly basketball. Coming out of the timeout now. East High with the ball. Here's a long three attempt off the rim, no good. Rebounded by Henderson, he gives it to Williams. Williams, he sent it all the way down there to Benning, who couldn't handle it. And Martinez has his ball taken away by Williams again. Now Henderson down there with it. A little ragged play on the part of both teams here in the third quarter. Williams, into the corner it goes. Benning feeds it to Glasper. He can't make it go, and East High comes away with it. That'll be that'll be White with it, excuse me. Down here on the near side. Berry. Back to White. White puts up a 3, and it's good. Marcus White cans a 3. Henderson over on the near side to Benning. That one's off the glass, no good. Rebounded by East. Here's going to be a lay-in for Benning, and sure enough, he gets it. And the Grizzly lead is down to 6. Williams for 3, missing. Rebounded by Martinez. You live by the sword, you die by the sword. And that was just a long pass that went nowhere. East High comes away with it. And here's one taken away by the Grizzlies. Benning. Oh, Glasper tried to feed it to Hammond and didn't go. Franklin EQ comes back in for Northwest, replacing Hammond. Grizzlies have it. Benning in the paint with it now. Feeds it to EQ. EQ drives under the basket. Feeds it out to Benning. Benning with 2 guys on him puts it in. Eli Benning gets this bucket. And we have a stoppage of play, and a timeout has been taken by somebody, by Northwest. I'll take that back. It's taken by East. A full timeout it is. And we get with them. You're watching NWHS Grizz. This is Grizzly basketball.
What does it mean when people say America is a land of opportunity?
It means the power to discover,
To redefine yourself.
To improve yourself.
to challenge yourself.
To realize there's more in you
Than you ever knew.
that you could do.
It means giving people an open field to explore what they do best.
With the best tools,
The best training.
The best technology in the world.
We bring out the best in the people who serve.
So you can be all you can be.
Back at Northwest in the timeout, 4:31 remaining in the third quarter. Grizzlies lead by 6. Possession arrow pointed at Northwest. Grizzlies have no fouls in this quarter. East High has only 1. It's been a pretty clean quarter. East High will inbound the ball here. And we're back underway. Ismail Berry lost it. Martinez got it back. He put it up, and I think he was fouled going up. He was. Let's see who the guilty. I think it's Glasper. Yeah, it is. And unfortunately, that's Chase Glasper's 3rd foul. Martinez will go to the line and shoot 2. Try and cut into the 6-point lead. He gets one of them. And he makes them both. 36-30. Northwest. Benning in the paint, spin move. Puts it up, doesn't go, but he's fouled. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. Foul is on Carlin Ransom. And I'm wrong, they're not going to shoot free throws. It's going to be a common foul, and there'll be an inbound play. And it's inbounded to Henderson, who can't control it. Oh, there's a break for Northwest because they're saying that Martinez knocked it out. And a lot of people in the building don't like that call. A few people wearing white shirts like it, though. Benning with the ball. In the paint, puts it up, and it falls. Eli Benning makes it 38-30. Grizzlies led by 7 at half. Over on the near side. And what are we... Tayshaun wanted the charge, didn't get it. He's going to get... Oh, they did get it. I take that back. That's the third team foul on the Blue Aces. Foul charge to Marcus White. That's his fourth. And he'll come out. And he's not a happy camper either. Grizzlies will inbound. Benning will inbound it to Williams and give it right back to Benning. Eli brings it across, leaves it for Williams. Benning again with it now. Puts it up, it's short, partially blocked. Rebounded by Martinez. Martinez was triple team, managed to get rid of it. Berry with a shot that is short. Underneath, he'll come back. Berry again. That one is blocked. And now they're saying there's a foul. Looked like a good block from me, but I'm so far away I couldn't. Now a technical's been called. Let's see who the technical's on. It's on somebody from East. 2 free throws for Tayshaun Williams. He makes the first one. Somebody on East High said something. Did you hear who the technical was on? Okay. Nor did I. Williams makes them both on the technical. Now the Grizzlies will get, they're going to get the ball at least. And they will get the ball out of bounds on the far side. Leading by 10. Their biggest lead of the game. And we're back underway. Williams with the ball for Northwest. Drives, puts it up, it's blocked, and rebounded by Berry. Berry will be double teamed, and Williams tried to draw another charge, and now there is a foul called. Who's it going to be on? And they're charging it to EQ. That's the second team foul on Northwest here in the third quarter. Back underway. Now we have another foul called. EQ just got called for 2 fouls in 2 seconds. He's going to come out. Hammond is going to go in and take his place. Grizzlies' third infraction of the quarter. Blue Aces have 4. Now what? We have another whistle. I haven't even had time to start my clock. That's the 5th team foul on East High, so the Grizzlies will go to the line in the 2-shot situation. Well, they did. Oh, it must have been an offensive foul. That's why. Okay. Calvert gives it to Tayshaun Williams, who drives with it. Had 3 guys on him. There was no way he was going to get a shot off. There's a long 3, good. Grizzlies bring it back down the floor. That's Williams with it. He's going to give it to Glasper. Glasper from the free throw stripe, misses. Goes back, gets his own put back and scores. And the Grizzlies lead by 9 again. Now there's a long rainbow that ended up short. Williams got the rebound, feeds it to Hammond. Hammond off the glass. It doesn't go, gets his own rebound, and it's picked by Barry. Barry missed, gets his own rebound. Now they finally call a whistle. Tayshawn Williams tried to draw a charge. That didn't work. Foul is on, who's the foul on? It's on Dirting. That's his third. And by my count, that's the 15th foul on Northwest. Ismail Berry misses the first free throw. Henderson comes back in for Glasper. So we got Henderson, Hammond, Liam Calvert, Dirting, and Benning on the floor for Northwest. 42-34, Grizzlies lead. Minute and a half remaining in the third quarter. Benning has it for Northwest. Hammond into the corner. Dirting sends it back out to Benning into Henderson from 10 feet, doesn't go. Rebound to Hammond. Henderson for three. Good! And the Grizzlies lead by 11. That's their largest lead of the game. Barry for East takes a long two, misses everything. And they're giving the ball to they're giving the ball to East, saying it was deflected out or partially blocked. Ball comes in and it's taken away by Hammond. Hammond to Benning. Benning to Henderson, and Henderson can't lay it in. East High brings it down. Barry over Dirting, and they finally score. Been a ragged third quarter by both teams, in my humble opinion. 23 seconds on the clock. Grizzlies will play for the last shot here. And Benning misses one in the paint. The putback doesn't go either. Here's a chance for East. That one won't count if it does go in, but it does not. And we are at the end of 3 quarters of play. And at the end of 3 quarters, it's Northwest 45 and East High 36. We'll be back with fourth quarter after this. Stay with us. You're watching NWHS Grizz, and this is Grizzly Basketball. Grizzlies will start things off here in fourth quarter. On the floor for Northwest, Eli Benning, Tayshawn Williams, Jace Glasper, Darian Hammond, and Jerome Henderson. 5 on the floor as we go into the fourth quarter. Benning with it for Northwest. Pulls it back out, spin move, and gives it to Hammond. Hammond will pull it all the way back out, and Grizzlies may be getting a little more deliberate here. We don't know. Hammond put it up. It missed. Rebounded there by our mystery guest, number 12. Shot misses. Berry puts it up, and he's short, and it's rebounded by Glasper. Here comes Northwest right back. And what do we have here? A whistle. Away from the ball. I'm not sure what we have. We called something. Whatever it is, it's still going to be Northwest ball, and they don't waste any time inbounding. EQ. And Tayshawn's lay-in does not go. Foul's called on Ismail Berry. That's his first foul of the night and the first team foul in the quarter. Williams will go to the line and shoot 2, and by my record, he's been perfect tonight. And he still is. Grizzlies by 10. Second one, good. Grizzlies by 11. Ismail Berry brings it down the floor for East High. Mystery guest has it. And he gives it to Martinez. Martinez, nice move, but it didn't fall. Looks like a foul was called somewhere along the line there. So on Henderson, it's his first. Team's first, and Martinez will go to the line and shoot 2. And the first one is good. And so is the second. It's a 9-point lead. Grizzlies with the ball. Benning's ball is batted out of bounds. It'll stay with Northwest. As last touched by East High. Tayshawn, player draped over him, and I think he just got fouled. He did. Foul is on whom? Well, they haven't put it up. Unless it's the mystery guest. I think that's who it is. Wish I'd have heard what name they gave there. Benning can't make it go. Rebound by Glasper. Gives it to EQ, and EQ can't score. Grizzlies missing some excellent opportunities to score from under their own basket. That one doesn't go either, and that may be a charge. It is. Player control foul on Williams. That's his first foul of the night. East High will get the ball on the turnover. On the near side. And a loose ball knocked away there. Good job by Henderson and knock it away. And Grizzlies come up with it. Williams will bring it across the timeline. Inside 6 minutes to go, fourth quarter. Williams saw an opening, puts it up, count it. And a whistle blows. I think we're going to have a foul. Yes, Williams will go to the line to shoot one more. And he missed for the first time tonight from the stripe. So it stays an 11-point game. Martinez dishes it off into the corner, and another foul now in the corner. I think that's going to get charged to Benning. Nope. Going to be EQ, and that's his fourth. Dirting will come in to replace him. Barry looking for something. Now he takes forward, runs into Glasper and Benning both. And that one is off the rim, no good. Rebounded by Dirting, and here comes Northwest. Nice play to get it to EQ. He can't make it go, and it's rebounded by East. Still a nice play to get a good offensive look at the basket. Whistle on the play and a foul. That one is on Benning. That's his third. And it's the fourth team foul on the Grizzlies here in the fourth quarter. So East High will be shooting free throws the rest of the game. Mystery guest puts one up and misses. Tayshawn Williams brings it across the timeline. Williams for three, off the glass, no good. Punched over to Henderson. Williams will drive this time, dish it off to Benning for three. That's not going to count. Looks like we have an offensive foul. We do, and it's on Williams. Timeout on the floor has been called. It's a 30-second timeout, so we'll keep it right here. Northwest called it. Remind you that tomorrow we're on the air at 12:50 for the girls' varsity contest against Dodge City. Boys will immediately follow those games in the Challenge Series, a non-league couple of contests, and then we're off until January the 5th. Friday the 5th, we will be at Bishop Carroll for a City League doubleheader to start things off in the new year. So join us tomorrow for more Grizzly basketball right here on NWHS Grizz. 4:22 remaining in the fourth quarter. East High will inbound, trailing by 11. Each team with 3 timeouts. Grizzlies are over the limit. And that's about all I can say to this point. On the near side, that's White with it. And there's one picked off by Henderson. Henderson, yes! Good job, Jerome Henderson. And the Grizzlies extend their lead now. It's a 13-point lead, their biggest of the game. That one is missed and rebounded by Williams. Tayshawn will take he can take his sweet time bringing it down. He puts it up and it doesn't go, but he's fouled. He'll go to the line and shoot a pair. Foul is on Jamari Berry. That is his third and team foul number 4 on the Blue Aces. So both teams are shooting free throws rest of the game. First one by Williams, rims in and out. He'll get one more. The mystery guest comes back in, replacing Ismael Berry. Williams second. Oh, he missed them both. That's unusual. And just like that, we have another stoppage of play. fouls on Henderson, but we're going to go all the way to the other end and shoot some free throws now. Barry's at the line. Jamari Barry, that is, shooting a pair. First one's no good. He'll get one more. Barry's second one also misses, and it's rebounded by Henderson. We're back underway. 3:30 to go in the fourth. Grizzlies with a big lead. Jasper is just... Jace Glasper had a guy literally climbing his back. Excuse me for laughing. Glasper will go to the line and shoot two. Been a lot of fouls in this quarter. And Jace missed. I think that basket has a layer of cellophane on it. Come on, let's give us a 2-touchdown lead here. And he does. 52-38 Grizzlies. 3:23 remaining. Pressure being put on now by Northwest. Oh, they're going to call a foul on that. That's too bad. It's on. Sorry about that, folks. It's on Henderson. That's his third. Martinez at the line to shoot a pair. First one is good. We haven't set the 5 on the floor in a while. Probably need to do that for you. And we'll do that. That one is good. Benning's out there along with Glasper. Tayshawn Williams. Come on, fall. Thank you. Jerome Henderson and Jace Glasper. And just like that, they're 2 points the other way by Jamari Berry. Northwest brings it down the floor. Henderson dishes it off. Benning now from 5 feet. Count it. 56-42. Grizzlies with their 14-point lead back. Pressure being put on now by the Grizzlies. Token pressure. That one goes out of play, and it will stay with East High. 2:25 to go, and it looks like the Grizzlies are going to rack up a W here, unless something horrible happens in the next 2 minutes. Three-point try, misses, and it's rebounded by Williams. Benning will bring it up the floor for Northwest, into the paint, puts it up, count it. Benning putting some icing on the cake, makes it a 16-point ball game. East High bringing it down the floor quickly. That one misses, goes out of bounds, and it will stay with East High. 1:56 remaining in the fourth. I'm going to take a moment here to express my sincerest thanks to our executive producer tonight, Gabriel Contreras, for an outstanding job bringing you pictures tonight. This guy's a natural, and I want him back here again. Henderson for two, makes it 60-42. That rainbow misses. And the Grizzlies get the rebound, and Glasper's down there all by himself for a dunk. Grizzlies don't dunk very often, but they got one that time, and that dunk sends the East High fans streaming for the exit. EQ with it for Northwest on the rebound. And that'll be a tied up and a held ball, and on the alternating possession, it will go to East High. .110 remaining. Berry underneath. There's a three-point attempt, short. Rebound by Berry is good. Less than a minute remaining in the game. Williams, count it. And what do we have here? Something tells me they're not giving Williams that basket. They're not. Instead, we're going to come down to the other end of the floor. We have a technical call on Franklin EQ, I'm told. Not exactly sure what he did because my eyes were somewhere else. But Martinez will go to the line for East. He'll shoot a pair, and then East will get the ball back. First free throw is good. He'll get one more. And he's good twice. Now they'll get the ball on the side over there on the far side with 48 seconds remaining in the game. Williams comes out, and coming in for him is Aiden Blunt, number 14, a 5'9" sophomore guard. There's a nice reverse layup for 2 points for East High. And East gets a quick steal. They're going to get another two here. Yep. And one. Well, East doing everything they can to make it interesting here with 33 seconds to go. The foul is on George Rogers, who also came into the game a moment ago. And also in the game is Deshae Benton, number 10. Free throw is good. Benton has it for Northwest. And that one that pass was just telegraphed. And East High has scored 6 points in about 5 seconds here. And Northwest is going to take a timeout. And I'll bet you it's a full. No, it's only a 30. That shows you what I know. Well, let's see here. If I can get that timeout off the board, we'll give you a chance. Let's listen to the band. Ready to resume play. It'll be Grizzlies' ball here. And we're back underway. Williams, Henderson. They changed all the players after the timeout. And it's going to be Grizzly ball. Benning will bring it back across the timeline. Shot doesn't go. Martinez for three. That's hits the heel. Rebounded by Henderson, and that'll do it. We are final here at Northwest High. Your final score tonight, Northwest 62 and East High 53. Once again, we're on the air tomorrow at 12:50 with our girls pregame, and then the girls will play Dodge City, followed by the boys. Hope you'll join us right here on NWHS Grizz. For our executive producer, Gabriel Contreras, who did an outstanding job tonight. I wish he was in Monroe's class so I could give him an A for tonight, but I can't do that. But I sure am grateful to him, and quite frankly, he got the better end of the deal, because otherwise he'd have been spending the whole night in the concession stand with a bunch of football players. So it all worked out good for both of us. It's a win-win for both of us tonight here at Northwest. Once again, Grizzlies win 62-53 was the final. I'm Kevin Arkin saying thank you for joining us. We'll see you tomorrow afternoon. Have a pleasant evening, everybody.